Hey folks, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? Um, I'll try to have a different video with a whole bunch of other thoughts I have right now, which I need to talk about. Or at least I would like to talk about with you guys. I'll try to save that for a different video because I want to address. Uh, yeah, I mentioned. I shouldn't use the word address. That sounds very serious. No, I just I should probably give a little bit more in-depth um, review of Skyrim. And I know that you guys watching this have probably, most of you have already played Skyrim again. So this is for those folks that haven't played it yet, really. And maybe for also, of course, this is like for you folks that have played it that are curious as to how I'm liking it. And, you know, because the more you've seen in my videos, the more you know what I'm like. And, you know, so, you know, enjoy it for what it's worth, right? Um, Well, so I've been playing for the last, I guess month ish. Got the game about a month ago. It's been right in that ballpark, and I don't know if I've ever really leveled up as fast. Yeah, with most any game. I mean, well, I should say it's rare that I've played a game as hard as I played Skyrim. I've played some games that be a little harder, perhaps before, but not many. And one of the reasons why I played this, playing this, working so hard at this is my roommate and I have a kind of agreement that is whoever's ahead in levels, right? Basically, um, pays for Korean barbecue or Korean meat place. It's kind of a not really buffet, but it's like a they keep giving you to a certain point they keep giving you meat type place. Depending on what you ordered, and I kind of know how it works, but anyway, so it's not too expensive really. It's just so he had to pay last time, so I'm probably okay. I'm okay with paying this time, kind of thing. So after tonight, I probably would be not spending as much time on it. I know I won't. I just it's just so but I've managed to get to level 32 um, by a month or so of time, which is essentially a level a day, which is, in my opinion, pretty impressive overall. I mean, because there are days I haven't played, of course, you know. So okay, I mentioned some things maybe in an earlier video. First off, I'm already familiar with Elder Scrolls, with Tamriel, with um, Morrowind, and Oblivion in particular. But I also know about Daggerfell, Home of the Red Guards, and I know about the Khajiits and the Argonians, and um, I know about a lot of things, a lot of organizations. I know about the Blades. I know about, well, I don't know. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff. I know. I understand how it all works. Yeah. Uh, I've beaten Oblivion before. I've got to level 55 on Morrowind and never finished it because I just, whatever, it's a long story. But I was kicking butt, of course, in Morrowind. I could kill anything I wanted to. It was getting very boring and I just never finished it. Never killed the big bad guy because I just wasn't, I don't know. Anyway. So, so there's a lot of things that I already came into this knowing what I was going to be up with doing. But I mentioned this before. The Scandinavian thing, the dragons and stuff. So honestly, the most enjoyable things about this game so far have been, um, yeah, one of the things is like getting stuff. and you get a good deal. But that more when you just get good stuff and you make lots of money and you get really cool stuff and you know all that whole inventory thing. That's enjoyable. Also, I like some of the areas I've been have been pretty cool, pretty interesting, pretty fun. I like the big dungeons when you have a whole bunch of space cleared away. So you have in your inventory. So I'm carrying I can carry close to like around over 400 pounds now, right in that ballpark. You know, and so I try to get down to like I don't know, sometimes carry about 150. Right now it's closer to 200 pounds I'm carrying of stuff. But a lot of that's soul gems. I'm like wondering, do I have too many soul gems? Do I really need that many? I don't want to run out of soul gems, right? Well, I probably have too many soul gems. But I'm also starting to enchant some items. And that's pretty fun. I know stuff I don't want to mess with. I have Storm Fang, and I have some like other something else that's pretty cool. But uh, I got this. By the way, this mask from this lich. That's really an awesome mask. It may be the most valuable item I have actually. Um, got it like a Valtium uh, caves, whatever. If you guys remember that stuff. Um, anyway, and the College of Winterhold's pretty fun. The whole Greybeard dragon thing is pretty cool. The scenery is very nice. It really is very nice. And just like the mysterious aspect, trying to figure stuff out is really fun. Uh, there's a lot of mysterious stuff you just come across in the game. You try to make heads or tails of it. That's the thing about Oblivion. Yeah, Oblivion. All the other Scrolls games, you come across this stuff and you're just like, is this place good or evil? Why are people acting this way? And it's kind of very. They almost make the developers for Elder Scrolls kind of want you to ask these questions. I know, I know, but I probably take some of the fun out. I don't think about that when I'm playing the game. Of course, I don't. It's not very fun. I prefer to be immersive, of course, but I mean, it's just a lot of mysterious places, and it does feel like there's a little bit more variety in some respects of places in a way than Oblivion. In a way. Yeah. Riften is kind of thieves' hideouts and stuff. It's just really great. Uh, Whiterun is a nice kind of country city, hilly. Windhelm, kind of frosty and stone stuff everywhere, stone buildings. I've been over to the other place starts with S, Soul's Time or whatever. I'll go back there again. I think it was a little bit more that certain kind of elf and the stuff that I remember from Morrowind, the architecture they had over there, and then of course Solitude is very majestic, and Solitude's my favorite city. So it's hard to beat Solitude and I don't know, when was it Winterhaven, the college. I like the way the college looks and everything, but Solitude's it's a really very awesome looking city. I love the way it feels. I feel when I'm there. Um, I think I like Solitude actually more than I liked Skingrad. And Skingrad was one of the more scenic cities as well in Oblivion. And the Imperial City was kind of, it's okay. And of course, Chaden Hall was nice looking too, and but yeah, Solitude is really cool. Um, Falkreath is pretty. So a lot of scenic stuff. It's fun to kill dragons, um, and it's fun to enchant stuff. It's I wish that I wish there were merchants that had a lot of gold, because what I'm finding is that when I have a lot of things I need to sell, that I found in caves or whatever, I don't want to use them. I don't want to keep them. I want to sell them. Most merchants only have between 500 to like 1500 gold. Nobody has more than 1500 gold. So you have to keep buying stuff from them, and they only buy stuff that they sell. Like that makes sense. But like, gosh darn it, I just want to unload my crap, get my money, and go. That kind of thing. I mean, yeah. Now there are. I love the merchants that are general merchants. I just wish they had a lot more money. That's all. Yeah, and it's with all these cities, because you can fast travel wherever you want to go to sell stuff. It just so that's a little bit of a hassle if you catch catch my drift here. The longer I'm playing, the less likely I am to just pick up stuff where I'm at that looks halfway valuable, because there's the question of who am I going to sell it to. And there's also something having to do with stealing. You think, oh, well, stealing, you want to be able to sell it back. Somebody make some money. Well, that only works if they're interested in something, and if they're only going to buy something. A lot of people don't seem like they're going to buy anything that was stolen. So, and then you have to end up paying just the dumb, stupid Elder Scrolls guards, yeah, chase you all over the map. It's just so stealing is why? Why steal? I can still fail to see the point of the enjoyment of stealing in the Elder Scrolls games. They still don't do it right. Now, if you are successful with stealing, cool. Then there's you don't have to worry about paying a ransom or whatever it is. But then there's a question of, can you sell it to anybody? It's just yeah. I don't know. um, the vampire thing. So every time I've gotten bitten by a vampire, contracted something, I didn't want to go through the rigmarole of getting cleansed by all that whole thing. So I just reloaded an earlier saved game. I just didn't make sure I didn't get bitten by a vampire. I'm not crazy about vampire. I don't know why vampires why are they such a big deal with Skyrim and Oblivion. Like, aren't I mean, I'm not saying the issue is if you get bitten by a vampire. I remember how frustrating that was when I played Oblivion a while back. You get bitten and you didn't know you get bitten, and then your character starts getting all messed up, and you can't bear to go out in the light. And like, I am done with this game. I was done with that game. I got bitten by a vampire. I started a new game. I beat the game. I vowed never to get bitten by a vampire. So I'm just not really interested in fighting vampires, because I don't want to deal with getting bitten, and it's not part of the main storyline. Um, yeah. So okay. Um, there's so many things to cover here. Skyrim's a huge game. Um, there's some. Well, okay. There are these uh, orc camps that they treat you like crap when you go in there, just because you're an outsider. And the only thing about these orc camps is that, as you can probably guess, with Elder Scrolls, they all act the same way. Every single one of these camps, the orcs all act the same way. And oh, if you do this one thing for us, we'll be nicer to you. But believe me, they say, with everything they say, it's just what's the it's like, what's the point of even, you can't steal anything in there, otherwise you get caught, or if you don't get caught, cool. But there's just no point. I mean, to going in these workplaces unless you want to be friends with the orcs. And So there are certain locations that are kind of like party pooper type places. Um, the the dwarven temples and places and things have interesting like little spellings like MZs and stuff. And like I just for some reason I got way into enchanting because I love making my own health potions so that I can have like tons of health potions, right? Of course, and it's nice to have other things too. Just the health potions are always the thing, right? Just keep it simple, right? I'm just like, but enchanting is pretty cool. But the weaponsmithing stuff. Gosh, man. I mean, it's fun to have all these different skill areas. You know, I don't know. Some people that play Skyrim really get into this smithing things, and they have the horses and buying houses, and so yeah, I have a house, and I've adopted two kids. Skyrim. It's just dandy. I mean, it's fun when you go back to your place. It's nice to have little munchkins that are talking to you. But it's kind of like the thing about getting a house. Honestly, these are the main perks about getting a house. You can sleep anywhere, sleep somewhere. You can always sleep somewhere because you can always fast travel to your hometown. So you can sleep without paying any money. You can sleep at your own place, and you can keep your stuff there. Just keep all your stuff stored there. And maybe, if you want to do an alchemy thing, instead of having kids' room, you could do that. But those, other than that stuff, I mean, it's all vanity after that point or something. I don't know. It's all, uh, and it's just there are limits as to what I'm actually interested in doing in the game. I suppose you could say. I guess that's no, but yes, you take pity on the poor kids and you want to adopt them, and then okay, well, sure. And the thing is that the kids never eat the food, which is okay. It's nice because you always have food there. You always have tons of you have your left all your ingredients that you're not using. You have or whatever you have there. You have you just stockpile a whole bunch of stuff there. But oh, food is so interesting in Skyrim. It's like it just never goes bad. I don't know. It's just this cabbage was from 6 months ago. Or, I don't know. It's still great. Yeah. Um. It's the thing about the Elder Scrolls is that and you also in Skyrim you can have companions. Isn't that great? Yeah, but there's not a whole lot of personality to them. I get the the size of the game. They can't really. It's really fun though to have a traveling party of people, more than just one person that all have different personalities, and so no matter what's going on in the game, you can always have conversations with people in the party. With games that don't have parties, you need to have a lot going on, I would say, in the game that keeps the interest of the player up. And in Skyrim, the main enjoyments are let's see, it's over here, over there, it's an open-ended thing. And, there's some puzzles, and then there's some just exploration and architecture and the scenery, But this is why we play it. We don't play the Elder Scrolls games because we are looking forward to having a lot of great banter within the party. But that's like Baldur's Gate and stuff. But um, um, but the thing is that again, just like when I played Oblivion, you can have this kind of this is just kind of getting boring, all right? You feel kind of lonely even when you're playing. Like your character feels lonely, like you're just exploring this wide world all by your lonesome, and the characters that can even if you have somebody in your party, I mean, if they just never say anything, that's fine. I remember I had a Khajiit that joined my party. This guy was awesome. I loved him. And, when he ended up dying at some point. I was heartbroken. I was like, no! Not that it was Carjo. I love Carjo. He's my favorite character. I mean, I love the guy. I enjoyed having Carjo in my party far more than Lydia. And Lydia, some of you guys, you play Skyrim, you marry Lydia. She's a great girl. She's a great archer. But, I don't know, for some reason it was just fun having Carjo in my party. And he's a great fighter. And, anyway. And he was also really athletic. You never had to worry about having him get lost for the most part, or not having him follow you. He could jump over stuff. And so, yeah, all of my companions I had have always died. I haven't really figured out certain things like how to use scrolls or how to heal party members or how to even, I don't know if you can even get them items. It's just, I don't know. Game mechanics. What else would I say? Yeah. So there was something that happened, I think, in my main quest or one of the more central quests with the Dragon Scroll, finding an Elder Scroll, where I guess they didn't, I was trying to use my sphere thing and I wouldn't fit anywhere. Anyway, what I'm talking about. If you guys have played this before, but they tuned in sphere or whatever. So I have to go back, figure out where to put that thing in. Yeah. It's annoying. It's just the more variables that you have in these big quests, it can get a little complicated. And the other thing too is that it can be hard to know what's happening in a vertical sense. When you look at the map, a map is very nice and horizontalish, these northeast, southwest. But the map and the dungeons don't really give you much of a three-dimensional uh, kind of show. I mean, or display. So you can't always tell where certain objects are, certain enemies you need to kill, and you can't realize what level they are. It's kind of figure it out between the lines, that sort of thing. It's fun, but it's a little bit annoying. And why is this is another Elder Scrolls thing. There's just an endless amount of junk in the game, and they put all that junk there amongst the good stuff so that it's like you have to kind of look for the good stuff, and you can get all the junk you want to, but at some point, I mean, pretty quickly you're going to find that you need to sell it off to somebody, and some of that what you thought was junk is actually really valuable, or can be used for the skill. It's like, what stuff should I not take? What should I take? What will I need later in the future? You're always asking these questions with Elder Scrolls. It's very inventory oriented that way. It's just, oh man, maybe I think that, yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's a beefy area of the game, but it's so. Um, the only guys that I'd have a hard time beating right at this point, being level 32, are uh, basically demons and like really elite dragons. Everybody, I can kill giants now. I mean, a mammoth is probably a little bit much for me to take still, but and so at this point, I'm kind of like you start getting bored with the game if it gets too easy. And there's always a question of how much you're enjoying the actual game. So I don't know. It's not my favorite game still I've ever played, but it's it's pretty good. But it could be even more fun. Anyway, leave your thoughts, comments below. Catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.